They are not safe. How many Dall's porpoise live in the North Pacific Ocean? That's right, we don't know. So, what are they at risk of? Bycatch in fisheries, yes. Being hit by boats, yes, it would be a risk, but probably very, very low. Pollution, yes, because there's pollution in the ocean. Floating garbage, yes, because like all marine animals, occasionally they will make mistakes. But for this animal, there is also directed hunts off Japan and Russia. They are handheld harpoon fisheries, and they are taking a lot of animals. And I wrote this down so I got it right to tell you. Directed hunts started for this animal around 1910 or so, give or take. In 3 years alone, between 1986 and 1989, 111,500 Dall's porpoise were reported killed. Current estimates for between incidental catch and directed takes is around 20,000 animals a year. Is that sustainable? How many animals are there? The population estimate actually says around 1 million, but it's said that ever since I started graduate school, and it still says that. How many Dall's porpoise are there? We don't know. We have a guess, an estimate. We also don't know exactly how many are killed in fishing nets, how many are killed but are not reported because it's derelict fishing gear out there in the mid-North Pacific Ocean, and how many are actually taken in these directed hunts. So we put that all together in a formula to determine, is it sustainable? And the answer is, we don't know. We don't know. However, Dall's porpoise are probably like other porpoise in that they probably have calves every other year or every few years. They're probably going to live 10 to 20 years. Are they having babies? Yes. What is the effect of this? We don't know. There are two types of Dall's porpoise, actually. They may, in fact, be subspecies one another. There's the Dall's porpoise dolly type, that is the one I just showed you a picture of. And then there's what's called the truey type, which exists only off the coast of Japan and annually migrates between the coast of Japan and the Sea of Okhotsk. And that subspecies, too, is also harvested. How many are there? We don't know. What is the effect? We don't know. But if you think back to the slide with the global conservation criteria, this animal is listed as least concern, but the population trajectory was unknown. So I truly believe that we really need to figure this out before we reach the point as we reach with vaquita when we say, oh, golly, we used to have a whole bunch more, but now we don't. I can tell you in the province of British Columbia, when I was an undergraduate student, I worked on a whale watching boat off Victoria. We used to go see Dall's porpoise all the time in Harrow Strait. They were there, always. They're not there now. They're there very, very occasionally. We did detect some on our winter survey. I think we had 4 or 5 animals. There used to be a time where there was 40 or 50. We don't have directed hunts. We have very little, very, very low bycatch in our province because of the nature of our fisheries. Did the Dall's porpoise just go somewhere else? Did they have some sort of seasonal movement or some other movement that we just don't know about and they're going to come back? Maybe. We don't know. What I can tell you is that in Canada, they are listed as not at risk. They were assessed by the Committee on the Status of Endangered Wildlife in Canada in 1989. I'm sure nothing has changed in the oceans. I think, and I hope as a porpoise researcher to convince those who make such decisions, that we assess what's going on in our province with this species, but that we also take a look to the bigger Pacific Ocean. What about the garbage patch that's out there? How is that affecting porpoise? What about the derelict fishing gear? Because as I said, in British Columbia, we are super lucky. In fact, we're way cool lucky. We have 2 species. They're still here. And they could also be doing okay in our waters. I can't tell you that for sure because we haven't had an assessment, but I can tell you we were on a survey recently, as I said, and we saw both species. So I think our backyard is probably pretty good, and let's keep it that way so that by the time our children are grown up and are giving these kinds of talks, that they're still saying, hey, Province of British Columbia has 2 of the world's 7 species of porpoise. 7, not 6.